Right. So for special of the day today, I received a question from one of the persons that I was helping. And I asked, so are you going for therapy? And he said, yes, I'm going, but I don't know. How's the therapy supposed to help me anyways? And so I gave some an explanation, because I realized that a lot of people don't understand how just talking could help somebody. So would you like me to share the answer with you?
Of course, yes,
Yeah.
Rosina.
Yeah, so I think in my understanding, therapy is done by the person and not by the therapist. Okay. So
Definitely.
you are the person, like when you're learning to drive, you are sitting on the driver's seat, your instructor is sitting on the instructor's seat.
Passenger. Hmm.
You are on the steering wheel, you are pushing that accelerator or brake, and you can tell your instructor that, okay, now I feel comfortable doing, parallel parking, I want to practice on expressway drive, or I don't feel comfortable yet on this thing and I want to practice that. And the instructor helps you, guides you, and maybe use the emergency brake in case of emergencies, but you are doing the work. Similarly, in therapy, therapist is your coach, your sounding board, your guide, but you are working in therapy, and therefore you want to understand what you would like to do. So first phase of therapy is catharsis. You go and you start spilling all over, okay, this happened, that happened, I feel this, I feel that. And so a lot of people, like, you have to do that first step to get rid of some of the things that are clogging you, blocking you, so there is more space in your brain to process. But the improvement starts happening when you go to the second stage, which is the skill building. That's when you say, okay, well, all these things are happening now, I would like to build some techniques to help me sleep better at night, or I would like to improve my self-esteem, or I think I realize that I really need to work on my time management, or whatever area that you identify in that catharsis process, you start working on that. And then your therapist is going to guide you, okay, you can do this, you can do that, you go home, you practice this, you try it, the next time you come in, you say, okay, I tried it, this worked or this didn't work, and then the therapist can guide you further. So that's the second stage of therapy. That's where the most learning happens. That's when you see the most progress. Initially, when you're just doing catharsis, you may not see the major effect, because right now you're just kind of repeating all the problems that you have been going through, and you haven't made that progress. But that step is necessary to go to the second step. And then comes the third step in therapy. Once you have learned one skill, you go to the next skill, the next skills. So the last step of therapy is when you feel like you have learned most of the skills that you need at this time, and you work on what I call therapist within. So you learn and make those skills your own. So it's not no more like an outside therapist guiding you, then your inner self starts guiding you. So the three steps of therapy are: first is catharsis, when you let out all the problems that you're having. The second is learning certain tools, certain skills to cope with the area that you want to focus on. And the third one is the therapist within. So you are done with your therapy, you move on with your life, then sometimes situation comes up, and then you can say, okay, if I was talking to my therapist, what would my therapist say? Oh, my therapist would say, okay, go ahead and do this, and so let me go ahead and do that. So then you become your own therapist, and you become your inner self, your inner guides you in difficult situations in life. And that's how therapy helps you. And there are many different forms of therapy. Sometimes it's just directly a talk therapy, sometimes there is analysis, but sometimes it's thought training, sometimes it is this emotional freedom technique. So there are different techniques that are used in therapy. So if you need, go ahead and seek a therapist who can help you unblock your obstacles and be the best version that you could be. All right. So
Yeah.
on that, I leave with one question. Today, you have a choice. Are you going to waste your energy and abilities feeling sorry for yourself and being stuck where you are? Or are you going to accept where you are and say, okay, what I can do to improve, and take one small step towards the direction you want to go and to be the best version of yourself? On that note, I leave you with regards for hope, health, and happiness. Thank you, Amina, for joining us. Stay safe. Until next time, Dr. Rosina here.
Thank you.